I know you talked to Governor Haley last week about the removal of the flag. You said that she gave you a call yesterday to say that she'd reached a place where she was ready to do this. Can you tell us a little bit more about that conversation and how she explained herself in terms of her thinking?
Well, thank you so much for having me. Governor Haley grew up in Bamberg, South Carolina. She grew up around that flag. As she said to me on one occasion, she was too dark in some quarters to be white, and of course, too white to be black. And so she understood what this flag was doing to a lot of people. And she decided that it was time for her to take a stand. And I applaud her for doing it, and I am hopeful that the South Carolina legislators will codify the sentiments that she expressed today. I didn't talk to her about how she worked her way through all of this, but I watched her last Thursday noon at Morris Brown AME Church. I saw her again later in the afternoon after church, and I'm going to tell you, these murders had a tremendous impact on her. I saw it, I felt it, and when I talked with her, things she whispered to me out of earshot of the media lead me to the conclusion this is a genuine growth pattern that she has undertaken in regards to this flag.
What did she whisper to you, Congressman?
Well, she just told me how sorry she was about this, and she hoped that she could have my support going forward on trying to get the appropriate state response to this. That's why I've stayed here in South Carolina rather than come back to Washington today. And I'll be here tomorrow because I plan to stand with her and the other, John Corson, Senator Corson, a Republican from here in Richland County, was there with us today. And though the other guys may be going back to Washington, I think this is important enough for me to stay around and see it to the end. And I'll be interacting with all the families down in Charleston and North Charleston the rest of the week before Senator Pinckney's services on Friday.
Right, Congressman, everybody appreciates the service you're putting in. As Governor Haley and you embraced as she pulled away, I'm pretty sure I saw you wipe away a tear or two. I'm wondering what was so emotional about that moment for you.
It was more perspiration than a tear. I sweat very easily. But this was a very emotional thing for me. I was involved in that trying to find a compromise that really resulted in the flag coming off the State House dome. I stayed home from Washington that day when we made the announcement. And when that compromise failed, it failed because when a few civil rights people objected to the compromise, the legislature rejected the compromise. And when they put the flag where it is today, that was not the compromise. Right. That flag went to where it is today out of defiance. The legislature defiantly put the flag in front of the State House. The compromise was to put the flag adjacent to the Wade-Hampton Monument in front of the Wade-Hampton building. That's what our agreement was.
Congressman,
and so it's not. Yes, sir.
No, just let me ask you. You just raised what you were just saying raises the interesting next question, which is: do you think that the legislature is now going to be ready just to now accept that it's time to take the flag down, or do you think this is going to have difficulty actually getting this done even after the governor has made her appeal?
It's going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. Unfortunately, too many legislators are more interested in whether or not they're going to win the next election than whether or not South Carolina will win the future. This ought to be a battle for the future of our great state. We have too many young people. Let me tell you something. Over 80% of my class graduated from South Carolina State in 1961 left South Carolina. Not because they wanted to, they left looking for opportunities. We need to be creating opportunities here for everybody. And that flag is a blight on the state, and I would hope that we will move forward together so that everybody will feel welcome coming into this state. I've had African-American executives tell me that they have turned down job offers in this state